Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar on the Smart E-Loan program. Today, we'll be providing information for interested lenders who might be interested in joining the program. Um, we are recording today's session, and we will post it on our website for others who are unable to attend. We're going to walk through a few things on today's webinar. We'll try to keep it to a half hour. Um, First off, my name is Rudy Stirk. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications here at the Green Bank, and I'm joined by Ralph Mesite, who's the Regional Program Manager for the Smart E-Loan program. I'm going to hand it over to Ralph in a few slides here. We've also got Bert Hunter on the line, who's the Chief Investment Officer of the Connecticut Green Bank. So we're going to first give a quick overview of the RFQ, which is the reason why you're all listening to this today, to get some information about the Smart E-Loan program. We'll provide some Green Bank background, some Smart E-Loan background, a few key benefits to our lending partners, and the roles and expectations that come along with being one of our participating lenders. So as a quasi-public state agency, we do go through RFP and/or RFQ processes for most of what we do when we come to finding partners for our various programs. We are the administrator of the Smart E-Loan program, and we are seeking new lenders who want to join that program and help with its expansion. We are looking to reach more homeowners across Connecticut, especially low and moderate income homeowners and communities of color. We're trying to increase the program's offerings beyond clean energy and energy efficiency into home resilience. We'll talk a little bit about that as we go forward. We're also evaluating potential opportunities that are created because of the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund. So lots of opportunity for this program. Quickly about who the Connecticut Green Bank is. If you haven't heard of us before, we were established in 2011. We are a quasi-public agency created by the state legislature and governor. We are the nation's first state-level green bank. And really our mission is to confront climate change. And we do that by increasing and accelerating investment into the green economy across a number of sectors that we'll talk a little bit about to create a more resilient, healthier, and equitable state for everyone. To do this, we use limited public dollars and attract multiples of private capital investment from lending partners such as you, all the way down to residents across the country who can invest in things like green liberty notes and bonds. And driving this is our vision for a planet protected by the love of humanity. We realize that you can't truly protect the environment and the planet without having concern and care and love for other humans and other living creatures here. So this is what drives our mission and vision, and we like our partners to align with those mission and vision as well. So briefly, our goal is again to leverage that limited amount of public capital to bring in multiples of private investment into the green economy. We pursue investment strategies that not only make the market transform, so new players can come in and de-risk the market so it's more suitable for investment, but we're becoming a more financially sustainable organization for ourselves all the time. And strengthening Connecticut's communities, especially vulnerable communities. We have a goal that 40% of the benefits from our investment will go to vulnerable communities. So it's a key mission and key driving factor behind everything that we're doing here at the Green Bank. How the Green Bank actually puts these finances and money out into the state is done through a number of solution lines. The Smart E-Loan is the key part of our home solutions line, which obviously focuses on homeowners, residential customers here in Connecticut. Building solutions, we have a whole suite of products, including CPACE, that is designed for helping commercial properties, everything from storefronts, houses of worship, offices, helping them finance energy related improvements, whether it's related to their efficiency or adding renewables. We have investment solutions. I mentioned briefly bonds and notes. So those are ways that, homeowners or residents, non-homers can invest directly in the state's green economy, as well as an open RFP where projects that don't fit into some of these other molds can come in and seek investment directly from the Green Bank. Our community solutions are geared towards solar for municipal, state, multifamily properties. And contractors are really the lifeblood of a lot of what we do. We're the financing mechanism. We're not the actual people going out into homes or businesses and doing the installation of these projects. So we have a very strong network of over 400 contractors that are involved across our various programs. And then Energy Storage Solutions is actually a program that's run by PURA, the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority. And the Green Bank and the utility companies are the administrator of that incentive program, which reduces the upfront and performance-based costs of installing batteries for homeowners and businesses. So we're seeing a lot of folks interested in pairing batteries with their solar, which helps them become more resilient when storms, hurricanes, power outages occur. You can have backup energy for your home. So with that Green Bank background provided, I'm going to turn things now over to Ralph Mesite, who's going to talk about Smarty.
Thanks, Rudy, for that introduction. So a little bit of background. We'll start today with a little bit of background and kind of go over some of the details of the Smarty program and kind of why it's a great program for lenders to join. So the Smarty program itself has been around for over 10 years, and it's a model that's being rolled out nationally. It's in over 10 states right now, in some sort of various model that's all very similar. States like Michigan, California, some Southwest states, and more states to come. It's a unique movement. Right now, with some of you may have heard, the IRA federal legislation is putting billions of dollars of investment into the green economy, which is accelerating awareness, providing rebates, incentives. But that incentive will and rebates will not cover all of the financing needs of these projects that we are hoping to implement. And that's where the financing opportunity really comes up. And as far as who the Smarty program lender-wise is open to, it's open to all financial institutions. We have credit unions, community banks, CDFIs, all of them are available to join this program. And we've had support through the various credit union leagues of this type of program, along with other larger financial institutions who have put up grants and things like that for the expansion of this program nationally. So focusing more on Connecticut, Connecticut in the 10 plus years the Smarty program has been available, it's financed over 9,000 projects with an investment of more than $170 million. So over $170 million in loans have been generated by this program. Lenders, even though there's a very low delinquency rate that really aligns more with a secured loan rather than an unsecured loan, but lenders are further supported by a loan loss reserve program that is available to all lenders automatically once they join the program, and it scales based on the amount that you have lent at that point, along with the FICO score ranges. So it does help to incentivize doing lending in lower credit range. An important piece of the Smarty program that is unique is our engine platform. It stands for the National Green Energy Network. This program product is a unique and it was custom built to support the Smarty loan program. And it's our project management software. It's an online cloud-based system that is fully secured. Only contractors, lenders, and the Connecticut Green Bank, who are the program administrators, have access. So homeowners don't have access to this product, but they do receive notifications. And this is really what allows the Smarty program to work. It allows for streamlined communication between the three main parties to make sure that the transaction goes through smoothly. It tells lenders in particular exactly what they need to do, from when to close a loan to when to submit disbursements to the contractors. And it allows lenders to also ask specific questions to both us, the program administrators, the Connecticut Green Bank, as well as contractors on projects. It also provides transparency for lenders to see exactly what is being financed, even though it is an unsecured loan. So they can see, was it a solar project? Was it a heat pump that was being installed? Whatever the case might be. And it allows, because it is a separate system, it allows for very easy setup of the Smarty program internally at a financial institution because the engine platform that runs the program does not have to be integrated into any core system or loan origination system. Next slide, Rudy. So, overview of the Smarty Loan Program. It's an unsecured personal loan on properties that are 1 to 4 unit owner occupied. There's no property lien that's placed on it. It is an unsecured loan, we require the owner of the property to reside in the property to also be the one applying for the loan. So that way we make sure that the owner of the property is getting the full advantage of the Smarty Loan program and the installation that's about to occur of the whatever equipment they're looking to do. There are separate programs out there that help with multifamily projects that maybe aren't owner occupied, that are more investment property, but this particular program is focused on residential and residential 1 to 4 unit owner occupied. Our interest rates are below your standard market interest rates for personal loans. Our interest rates right now are around 8%. And we have flexible terms up to 20 years. So we offer 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, and 20 years with escalating rates. There's no down payment required and there's no prepayment penalty for our borrowers. These below market rates are available and made possible by the loan loss reserve and the strength of the program. Our rates themselves are not risk-based. So anyone that does apply to the program will receive and is approved for the loan will receive the same interest rate for the, say, 10-year term, whether you're a high credit score or a low credit score borrower. There's currently over 70 different improvements that are available to be installed by our contractors throughout the state. As Rudy mentioned, there's over 400 in the various disciplines. And they range from things like HVAC to solar to insulation, windows, wells, resiliency, and that list continues to grow. And what makes this program very unique is you as the lender only really need to focus on the loan and approving the loan. The Connecticut Green Bank, as the program administrator, will actually review those projects, the technical requirements, and make sure that those requirements meet our minimum thresholds. To make sure that we know that whatever's being installed is quality equipment that's going to pay dividends for that homeowner. Few additional details of the loans themselves is the loan ranges amounts from $500 to $50,000 loan amounts. And that we will finance the full dollar amount of the project. But in addition to that, there are a lot of programs out there that will only finance a specific piece of equipment, say a natural gas furnace, right? But a lot of people and a lot of homeowners we found may want to move to a natural gas piece of equipment, but there's a cost to install the line from the gas line from the street to the home. And that's where this 25% really kind of comes into play. So this will allow the homeowner to really finance the full scope of the work of the project and not get them 75 or 90% of the way in their financing needs. It'll get them 100% of the way. Other examples of this might be some limb or tree removal for solar projects, or some roof support for installing those solar panels, and things that are related but aren't necessarily energy efficient, but are directly related to the installation of the energy efficient measure or project. We also provide our contractors a one-third, two-third disbursement method. And so what this means is once the loan closes, the contractor would receive from you, the lender, approximately one-third of the loan amount, and the final two-thirds are released at when the loan is completed and we've reviewed the final completion documents. Some of the larger projects that take longer, such as solar and geothermal, we do have an additional one-third distribution. So it's a one-third, one-third, one-third distribution in the middle of the project. And the reason for this is, and really the reason for the project disbursement set up this way, is we want to make sure that all contractors have access to this program. Sure, there are a lot of large scale contractors that might be able to float some of these project costs for an extended period of time, but there's also plenty of smaller contractors that may not be able to do that. And having this disbursement option available to them really makes a difference in their ability to do more work for more people. And lastly, and really an important piece here to this program, is all of the lenders in our program currently and in the future will be local lenders. And so the customers or homeowners will apply directly with our local lenders. And this really makes a unique difference with our program. Our lenders, being local, really understand the needs of a Connecticut resident and are much better suited to make appropriate lending decisions for them, as opposed to just taking a very standard black and white approach. Our lenders are able to kind of take that deeper dive and make sure that they can approve as many as many homeowners as possible using our network of lenders. As far as our what's required for a borrower to be eligible for the program, so they have to have a minimum of a FICO of a 580, of max 50% debt to income ratio, and the debt to income ratio may be waived for a FICO score of 680 and above. Again, that is lender dependent, so the lender can choose to make that exception or not, and no bankruptcies or foreclosures in the last 7 years. What this does is it creates a very large underwriting box for you as the lender to kind of work in. And this is really important. So all final underwriting decisions are made by you, the lender. So just because a homeowner meets these qualifications here, it does not guarantee them an automatic approval. It is not a pass-fail situation. Yes, we have the loan loss reserve, so we want to encourage all of our lenders to approve as many borrowers as possible because we stand behind our borrower network and our pool of applicants and the projects that they are installing. But we also understand that, again, as the local lender, you are going to understand your neighborhoods, your customers the best. So we want to put that lending underwriting decision in your hands. So if someone maybe meets these criteria, but there's other factors that are contributing to their application that you don't feel comfortable approving, you have that final decision and you don't have to feel any pressure in terms of declining those applications, because I'm sure you'll have a fair reason as to do that. If you could, yep, thank you. And so as far as some of the benefits to our lenders, so all these leads that are coming through, they're all leads in the sense that they're generated by the contractor. So the contractor is going to be the one out there, likely sitting there at the kitchen table, talking, discussing the project, and going over the options to pay for that project using the Smarty Loan program and directing them to you as the lender. These leads are quality leads, and that happens because of the applicant pool. So our applicant pool, as we discussed before, are all owner-occupied homes. And generally speaking, owner-occupied homes usually finds it where the owners have a few things in common. They're they're in their home, they own their home. Um, they're making payments, mortgage payments most likely. Those mortgage payments are on time. Obviously, we aren't allowing any sort of foreclosure situation on these homes. And that also usually means that they're making their payments on time. They have some sort of source of income and they're gainfully employed. Otherwise, they likely wouldn't have received that mortgage in the first place. So that applicant pool ends up being very, very strong, and it proves out when we look at our delinquency data across the entire 10 years of the program history. This also allows you as a lender to diversify your loan concentration with a new asset class. It allows for some cost and risk mitigation. And importantly, it gives you access to new members or customers and of course, contractors. So the majority of the applicants are going to be new to you as the lender. A majority of applicants are that are come into the program are obviously going to be financing, and likely it's because something happened in their home where they require this energy efficiency upgrade, whether it's their air conditioning broke or their water heater broke or they're looking to save more money or something like that. So they're likely going to be a majority of projects are for an unexpected expense. So again, a lot of these people are going to be new as opposed to they're going to be new to you, new applicants, new loans. And as we mentioned before, there's over 400 contractors through our program. And yes, the contractors aren't the ones doing the borrowing, but they are access if you are a business lender, a commercial lender. You have access now to 400 contractors that you can build relationships with and expand this Smarty Loan program to building those relationships with new accounts for contractors and loans and things like that. And as mentioned before, the program itself is very easy to implement for lenders. You can be up and running in really less than a month. And we have a team here that will support you not only on implementing the program to begin with, but also throughout the course of your activity with the program. So what do we expect for a lender as they are part of the program? Um, we discussed using the Engine or National Green Energy Network platform. We want everyone to use that platform to facilitate and keep track of the projects. Um, Process the loan applications promptly, and of course, using the criteria that we've previously given to you. We do ask that all loan applications are reviewed within 48 hours, and if possible, the decision is either made on that application or we've reached out to that homeowner for additional information if necessary. Um, Provide clear project communication via Engine and the ACH payments directly to contractors. Allowing for an online loan closing. Not all of our homeowners are located close to a branch. And obviously, as we mentioned, some of these projects are unexpected, so they don't have maybe time to come off from work or anything like that. So having that ability to do an online closing through some of the various e-signing platforms like Adobe eSign or DocuSign is really advantageous and helps you as a lender stand out in the program. Also, we provide a lot of marketing support for Smarty Loans, so you can market that to your existing customers or members. As you know, we discussed that a lot of the members are new, but obviously there are going to be members and customers of your financial institutions that are going to have issues internally in their home regarding to their energy and home performance needs. And having that awareness for them means that they're obviously more likely to come back to you as an option. It also allows them as a member or homeowner as part of your financial institution another product offering, right? So there's no loan to value requirement on this program. So it allows you, if a homeowner is looking to install a furnace and take out a home equity loan or something like that, it allows you as the lender to offer them a unique product with great interest rates to still capture that loan or business. And we ask, of course, that you administer your portion of the program, including disbursements. There's a monthly report that we ask just in terms of the loan activity and keeping your staff trained and understanding the program. and of course, just generally communicating with us, the Green Bank staff, as to your needs, what you're experiencing, and any ways that we can help support you in the program as you run it for internally. So what does the Green Bank do as far as the Smarty Loan program? So we're the administrative partner, along with Inclusive Prosperity Capital, who helps to oversee the onboarding, vetting, and management of contractors. All contractors that are coming through the program are all licensed and insured. We follow the state of Connecticut's requirements, including the Department of Consumer Protection. They are all insured, and they all are only able to install the type of equipment that their license allows them to do, which is an important piece. So that way we know that the contractors in this program are completing quality work and that are licensed and insured to do that. We also administer a training program so they fully understand the program as well as how to use our system. We also make sure that we're reviewing any sort of Better Business Bureau ratings or anything like that, just to make sure that there aren't any red flags before we allow a contractor into our program. Because again, we want to make sure that the contractors are doing quality work. We also are approving any sort of paperwork on the jobs themselves. So we're making sure that the equipment that's going to be installed is quality equipment and it's going to meet a certain energy efficiency level. By meeting that energy efficiency level, it also is making sure that the homeowners are likely going to save more money on their future energy bills if they're replacing, say, a normal central air conditioning system with a high efficiency heat pump. This we know will likely save them on their electric bills. And of course, we also oversee the project installations along with a post-installation inspection protocol. This is another way that we make sure our projects are installed properly and there's a quality to an inspection. Every contractor that joins our program is subject to this. And what this will contain as far as a program, we'll go ahead, we'll send out an inspector who we've pre-vetted. And these are people that are likely maybe their work at the vocational schools, teaching HVAC, or someone that's been in the industry, maybe a prior town inspector, things of that are really experts in their fields. And we'll send them out to the projects randomly to make sure that the work is that's getting performed is getting done correctly into code. And if there's any issues, those are flagged for us. As the Connecticut Green Bank, we'll go ahead, we'll review those flags, and we'll make sure that any work that needs to be corrected is corrected by the contractor in a timely manner so we know that the homeowner is going to be safe and have a good functioning piece of equipment that's being installed. And again, just make sure that the quality of work is still there. And if any contractor fails to meet our standards, we do have the ability to either put them on a probation or remove them entirely from the program. And fortunately, based on our vetting process and our inspection protocol, we have very, very strong contractor engagement as well as strong contractor work being performed. And so we have some time now for some questions and answers. We're happy to answer anything that you have. And of course, we'll make this presentation available to everyone. And we also can set up some additional time moving forward if with you individually, if you want to take a deeper dive into the program. But with that, I want to make sure we open it up for any questions or comments that anyone has.
Thank you, Ralph. Yeah, so that concludes the sort of official portion of this presentation. But if anyone has any questions, feel free to put them into the Q&A or the chat, or raise your hand and we can unmute you. Okay, well, seeing no questions, I want to thank everyone for joining today. We'll give it another minute, but yeah, we really hope that some of you will be interested in having further conversations, completing the RFQ, and reaching out to us about, about becoming a lender in the program. We thank you all for joining again, and have a great week.